Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Adam from Spirited Systems, and today we're going to be talking about the Med Sled. So before we get into all the components and unpackaging it and things like that, I like to start every product video off by talking about the why. Like, why did we make this product, or why did we feel like the market needed this product to exist? So there's a ton of IFAKs out there on the market. There's a ton of good ones, very purpose-built. The military issues them, other companies issue them commercially. But something that I've always found is that, I kind of just want to pack my own contents, or the medic for my platoon or my element is going to want to pack my IFAK in a certain way. I found that all those like pre-packaged kits just kind of don't, really meet that requirement of having the ability to just do what you want or what you need or what your medic is telling you to do. Most professional organizations now, I find, have a capable medic, and that medic is going to take your IFAK from you. He's going to open it up, if it's an issued IFAK. He's going to set the contents up in such a way that is kind of conducive to the type of operations you're doing and the type of medicine that he is ready to perform on you. The point of the IFAK is to really spread the load for the medic. Now, that's another misconception I think people have is, the IFAK is really not there for you to use on other people. It's there for you to have materials on your person so that if you get injured, the medic comes to you and he's able to take those life-saving pieces of equipment out and use them. So it really makes sense for him to have the authority to pack the IFAK anyways. And then, we started thinking like we were gonna make an IFAK. We were getting a lot of inquiries about, hey, like build an IFAK. And when we started fielding the question out to those professional end users in the medical community, we started getting the response of, hey, I just want something I can package myself. So we arrived at the Med Sled, and essentially it is an insert that can go inside of any pouch, that it can fit in. That's like probably one of the biggest design differences between this and just an IFAK that you would buy, because it does not come with the exterior pouch, right? So this is what you're getting, is this piece here. And as you can see, this is just an insert that we'll show you. You can put inside other pouches. You can put it in, two different orientations. So you can orient it like this, with a little pull handle on the top that way, or you can flip it like this into a taller pouch, and then you can move this handle to orient that way. So I'm going to open it up. So basically, it opens up and unfolds, revealing all of the medical contents that are in there. And if you're familiar with our product line, we have what's called a refuel kit. This will fit almost all of the contents of that refuel kit inside of it, which is, intentional. So if you're looking to buy an IFAK and you're starting from, that zero baseline, you have none of the equipment, you can get a refuel kit and you can get the insert, and then you can, add them together and create an IFAK and then put it into any, GP pouch that you have lying around, or you can purchase one of our GP pouches and you can stick it inside of that. Some of the contents that won't fit from our refuel, just to touch on that, the tourniquet is not going to fit in there, and your shears are not going to fit in there either. These two items are things that we intentionally did not put inside the kit, because normally guys aren't going to have their tourniquet inside the IFAK necessarily, and the shears as well get used quite often for other things besides medical tasks, like opening an MRE or something. So usually I would store these in a different location. So these two items we left out. They're bigger and they can be stored elsewhere. You want that immediate access to the tourniquet, so those two items are not in it, just for your general knowledge. But how we have this laid out is very simple. There's room for everything, and there's different ways to mount it. So I'm going to pull this one out of the bag. When you get shipped your Med Sled, it's going to look like this, essentially. It's going to be in a little plastic bag. Some assembly is going to be required. So when you open it up, it's going to look like this, right? All the parts are going to be stored inside these pockets. So I'm going to pull them out and just give you kind of an overview of what's included. So you have the main chassis piece, which is this piece here that's going to house all the content. And then you're going to have 6 of these guys right here, which are little, elastic tabs. You're gonna have 6 of those. You're gonna have one red piece of posi lock, that's for your pull handle. You're gonna have a couple, 4 to be exact, cord locks, and then you're gonna have a length of shock cord in there as well. And what this allows you to do is essentially configure the grid in here to, house your medical equipment any way that you want. So this one's set up like an IFAK, but it could also be used as a NART container or something like that. You can set this up any way you want. So on the chassis itself, we have 2 of these gridded spots or placards, right? And these are very similar to our removable med trays that go in the Delta bag. So if you have those, you already know how to do this. If not, simply it's a grid. There's dots on it, and then there's slits cut in it so that you can either route shock cord through the grid in any way that you want to hold things down, or you can use these 1-inch elastic pieces, and we'll show you how to kind of install those in a little more detail. Behind each grid is open as well. So this slot is great for your flats, right? So hyphens, eye shields, things like that. Tape, flat tape can go behind these and be stored pretty easily. So there's 2 of them. You can put it behind either one. Also helps you when you are routing that shock cord through because you can get behind the grid, so it makes it a little easier. This guy right here is just there to hold a dart. So if you have a dart that you want to store in there, if you are authorized to use a dart, you can just slide it in and store it in there. Besides that, there's nowhere else on here to put anything. So really you're utilizing those 2 grids to mount your items, and then those 2 back spaces to mount them as well. On this example, you can see that I'm just gonna start pulling some stuff off. I have 2 ace wraps, and then in the center here, I have some packing gauze and a quick clot. And if you look at this profile, there's just 3 of those elastic pieces just tucked into those little slits that we have cut in there. And then behind that, I have the flat packed NAR tape in there as well. We have the dart stored into that little compartment. And then up here, I decided to use shock cord to just kind of bulk pack some of these other items, right? And so in that, I have my eye shield, pre-lubricated naso, and then survival wrap for hypothermia control. And you can see here, I just kind of rigged this up using that shock cord and one of those cord locks. So I can adjust the tension on it pretty easily. But it's very simple, right? I can just stuff things behind there. And then behind that, I have my hyphen chest seal pack. There are 2 of them there stored behind it. Another thing you might notice is that I have the little handle set in this orientation. That is simply attached to one of the holes on either side of the grid, and I just tied, a basic square knot on it on either side, and that keeps the handle in the correct spot so you can pull it out of the pouch or whatever. So you can see you could orient it any way you want, essentially either side or on the top of it. So going back to where I mentioned early in the video, this medium GP from us, this is one that we make, that's what this was meant to fit into. So it gives you the ability to have your IFAK inside of a pouch that you might already have on your kit. You can put it in this orientation, or if you have a taller pouch that you want to store this in, something that fits this profile more, takes up less real estate, you can do that as well, and you can relocate that handle. So yeah, putting it in a medium GP pouch, I prefer that because it gives me the ability to store some other small items in there as well. I like to keep all of my medical type kit in the same spot. So although my IFAK is for me, for somebody to use on me, like a medic or a battle buddy or whatever, I also like to keep some of my, my pain medication, allergy medication, things like that, any kind of meds in the GP pouch as well. And then I also keep in this front pocket, I'll store all of the latex gloves that come with the refill kit. I'll just kind of unpackage those and then put them in there. So they're easily accessible. What I found is that having a kit where your IFAK is, you never open it except for when, you know, well, you don't even open it. When somebody is using it on you, it is open, and then you access those like kind of, you know, boo-boo kit type stuff is in there as well, but you access that separately is the right plan. So this GP pouch works really well for that. So yeah, guys, that's it. The Med Sled by Spirited Systems, it's coming out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.